Hey, yo, it's Davo. What's going on, everybody? We're back with some more 7 Legends Grand Cross, and today we're here to talk about something a little bit different. We're not going to be doing PvP, but however, we will be talking about whether or not you should summon for MEGELLDA, Valkyrie MEGELLDA, whatever her name is, bro. I let's call her Meg, I guess. So we're going to talk about whether or not you should summon. I know I did, but don't count that in as a factor. I just did because honestly, I kind of wanted to. Well, I would say that is a factor. Honestly, if you want to be able to have a good chance of clearing stage 3 of the legendary bird, I call it legendary bird event, but it's called Creature Nest. But it's like it has this long something with a Y and a G that it starts with, but it's very difficult to pronounce. It's just I just call it the bird event. So she's good for it. Her banner, we're gonna go over her banner. We're gonna go over her card. We're gonna go over all of that. So smack that like button, subscribe. We're on the road to like I don't know, like I think we hit 1,300. Wait. I said we were on the road to 1,300 the other day, but I just realized we were already at it. But no, we are on the road to 1,400. Yo, that's something else. So, I guess comment whether or not you think. I'll ask a question though. Do you think MEGELLDA is worthy enough of summoning? And then by the end of the video, I'll ask you again if you're gonna summon. So, let's go over a banner first because why not? So, we got MEGELLDA. MEGELLDA and Merlin both read up at 0.5%. Pretty nice. So, you know, it's pretty good boost. So, you got MEGELLDA, a new green Ragnarok Merlin with green Elizabeth. Pretty good for bird event, but I don't think you really necessary if you have like Margaret. Green Small Diane, a pretty good stable for the original like bird like clearing stage 1. You got like Brynhild, Gother, Diane, and this green healer Elizabeth. Red Gother, kinda unnecessary, really don't need him. Lilia, for what? I have no clue why, she's just dead. Blue Arthur, I see no reason other than he just hasn't been around for a long time. So yeah, Red Glocks, who I just happened to pull a dupe off, it has nothing to do with Bird or Ragnarok. I imagine because he just hasn't been around. Under him is Ludo. No other. I see no correlation with of these like units down here, other until we start to get into like the Ragnarok. Well, Gahard, I could see so because I think people were using Gahard early on when the bird first came out. So that's very, I could see it. Is basically what I'm trying to say. I can see why they put it on there because that's kind of like early stages of bird, but now we're just like we've had it for a while. Now we got this like definite team with like Matrona who can help everyone heal, which is absolutely fantastic. And I'll tell you why MEGELLDA is actually a pretty good addition to that. So we got Brynhild finally. She's a staple for the bird, I would say. She's absolutely awesome DBS. What am I saying? An absolutely awesome DBS. She just does so much damage. She has detonate, power strike, man. She's just great for PvE content. That's all I'm saying. Ragnarok Dan, I feel like she's nothing to do with the bird event. It's just more so she's just like good in PvP. She can seal, she can push her ultimate. Her ultimate is like one of the most busted ultimates in the game. It's like AoE and she increases her damage dealt based on how many dupes she has. So not even just her damage, she helps everyone else increase extra damage. Like imagine that. Like as soon as you do the ultimate before it's even applied, she can make everyone else like hit harder. So it's like stupid. Like let's just say I don't know if it stacks with Margaret like buffs, but if you get like a level 3 Margaret buff and you can get her ultimate, I imagine it's probably one of the most damaging ults in the game other than like Bond to do like 1 million on a single target, which is ridiculous. So that's pretty much over the banner. I would say if I had to give it like a 1 out of 10, I would say this banner is probably like a, if you're gonna summon, I would say it's a 6. Because a lot of it has poo-poo units like you're never gonna use, like Lilia, Blue Arthur, Red Gother kind of fell off. You can still use them, but like I see no point. I guess if you get a Holy Relic for Red Arthur and he doesn't receive damage, I imagine he can be pretty good with his relic, but you're gonna take damage in the bird of it, which is where you're gonna use Gother for. So Let's go over MEGELLDA and Merlin here. Let's switch over, honestly. And then we can go over here. Oh, let's go over Merlin first because she's the secondary unit. Her passive: increase all enemies damage taken from shock debuff by 25%. So if you have a skill that applies shock, it does extra. Well, hold on. Increase all damage taken from shock. Increase all enemies damage taken from shock debuff by 25%. So automatically, her shock does extra damage, 25% extra damage. And then also increase the damage enemies receive by 20% under the effect of shock. So if they have it on them, they take extra 20%. So if you apply it, it does 25% normal, like extra damage added onto it. So let's say you do this level 1, or let's do level 3 because it's easier, 5s, right? 25% added on to 215, which is 228, so 240. So she does 240% attack. Well, I wouldn't say attack. Yeah, I would say, yeah, 240. And then shock does like what, 60% or something like that. An additional damage equal to 45% of damage dealt at the end of every turn. So 45. I wonder, does this add on to the effective shock too? I think so. Since shock is on them and it's going to do 45% extra damage, I imagine this shock would do more damage to him because it's shock, you know, since it's in itself is shock. Wow, we're getting mind bending on Davo's channel. Since it is shock, when shock activates while it's on them, it should do extra damage. If you know, if you can comprehend what I'm saying. I know it might be weird, but yeah. All right, moving on to first. I already went over a skill, but second skill, I didn't notice when I first saw her information. I quite honestly thought she was poo-poo, but looking over this again, it's kind of ridiculous. Decrease defense-related stats of one enemy by 50% and disable everything but debuff skills for 3 turns. Okay, let's take a look at level 1. Decrease defense-related stats of one enemy by 20% and disables recovery and buff skills. I see. So she counters Margaret. She counters everything but like physical, basically. I see. All right. So they really want to just counter Margaret for no reason. But it's funny because I think Margaret's gonna go first because she has more CC. So if you get Exodia with that level 3 buff, I think you win regardless. So her ultimate, you already know, decrease HP related stats of all enemies by 30% for 2 turns and inflict damage equal to 400% of attack on one enemy. I thought it was all enemies. No, it's AoE. No, it's not that. This isn't one enemy, this is all enemies. I use Summer Merlin and I can assure you it's an AoE, bro. Y'all seen the showcase. So all in all, Merlin, you know, shock, and she can just disable buffs essentially. Another buff meta counter, I would say. So I guess she's good for providing bonds too, but even though, well, she says she sells everything but debuff skills. Even bond teams are afraid of this. So you can stop freaking. Alright, disable recovery stance and buff skills. So yeah, she's a counter to bond even though she is green. So I think you will go first because most bond users typically just use HP food. So W, I guess, in that sense. So let's get into the nitty gritty of, you know, the main attraction. Guide to Valhalla, Valkyrie MEGELLDA. Why don't we go together? What is that, bro? Her passive. And see, I'm telling you, bro, I said it started with a Y, but I thought it did. It's that whenever an ally remaining HP gets healed to full, increase all stats of that hero by 8% for 5 turns, stacked up to 5 times. So I thought it was just her initially, but no, it's for everyone whoever reaches max HP. And like I said, this is very attainable with Matrona, because Matrona actually helps everyone heals. I forgot like how the healing occurs, but let's read it. Increase all allies' regeneration rate by 2% for every 1% of the hero's diminished HP. So she has diminished HP. She can help everyone heal. Regeneration rate is like it's that health that comes back to you like when your turn starts. Have you ever seen like you gain health? Like if you ever taken damage and then your turn starts and then you get some HP at the start of your turn, that's regeneration essentially. And If she has less, 2%, however much HP she's missing, that's how much the allies will heal, essentially. And add that, with that healing, you get stacks to increase all your stats, bro. It's ridiculous. She has Amplify, so she can do damage. If she keeps, well, if you get 5 stacks, I imagine Amplify can do some solid damage. I don't think it'll be the greatest, but it'll do something. Her second skill, Rejuvenate, which is ridiculous. That's why you'll be constantly healing with this team, because you have Matrona making everyone heal. And then Rejuvenate. Rejuvenate is busted because additional recovery equals to 60% of recovered HP at the start of every turn. So Rejuvenation added on with your regeneration rate that Matrona is giving everyone is ridiculous. I imagine you could just, like, if you have costumes for everyone, you got decent gear on everyone, I imagine you can just easily get to stage 3. Stage 1 and 2 probably won't be a problem for you. I think clearing stage 2 isn't a problem for me, and I don't run her yet. I plan on it, but if you just have them, bro, I think your time beating the bird will be an all-around better experience than it was, like, what, 2 months ago, a month and a half ago. So yeah. And then our ultimate inflicts power strike single target 630%. Pretty good. Y'all know Brynhilde needs that extra power strike card, so if you get unlucky and don't get that 4th power strike, bro, you got her ultimate, you're in good hands. I think so. I don't even know what gear you probably should run on. You probably should just run HP, but you could probably get away with attack. I think you can get away with attack because if the team typically would be Brynhilde, MEGELLDA, Red Matrona, and probably what's her name? Margaret Ludo. Essentially, it's like Margaret Ludo makes everyone tankier with a buff. MEGELLDA helps heal. Matrona helps heal. Brynhilde is your main DPS. There it is. So, all around, if you want to hear from me, should you summon? I would say no. And here's why. Because she will be added on to later banners, I don't think it's necessary to waste gems. I'm just a pleb. I would have had 1900 stones. Actually, I bought tickets, so I can't even say I would have had 1900 stones. She's gonna be on later banners. What banner was old dude on? I think he was on this one. Is Secret on here? Yes. See, I would say save your. Not that one. I think it's this one. Here it is. Yes, here it is. Sigurd, Brynhilde. I would just say save these tickets specifically. So if you're looking at this, I made this video for global players specifically. Save your human, giant, and unknown race tickets, SR tickets, because they will come in handy, bro. Like, I remember back then, y'all were like saving y'all SR tickets, I believe, for Sario. So I think this is a similar case. I think you should not waste gems on this banner. I think you should just save whatever ticket you can for this. I know you get tickets whenever they drop a story. They give you these tickets, I believe. That you get them from login. And you get 5 of these, like, every time a story drops. So if you save these and these, I think you're in good hands. And you're on good track to possibly pull one of them. I mean, I haven't pulled anything from this, but I just do singles every time I get it. If I get one of these, I do a single. But if you can save up, I think that is the best idea. I don't think you should waste gems, because possibly Festival King is coming out 2 weeks from her release. So I wouldn't think it would be wise to just spend gems on her when Fest King could possibly break the game and be the best unit Grand Cross has ever seen. So that was going to do it. You heard it from me. Should you summon for MEGELLDA? Let me know if you're going to do it regardless. You're going to say, Davo, fully, you're nobody. You're just some guy who makes YouTube videos. Let me know if you're going to summon for MEGELLDA. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I think it'll be a showcase of, I wrote it down. Honestly, I think it was yeah, it's a special one. Now I'm gonna keep it a surprise. So thank y'all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, y'all stay good.